Welcome to Minnesota's Building and Construction Trades, where highly skilled union crafts workers build our state's critical infrastructure and maintain the health and stability of our communities. If you enjoy working with your hands and seeing the fruits of your labor on a daily basis, then a career in the building trades may be just the place for you. How do you start a career in construction? The most effective pathway to enter the building trades is called registered apprenticeship, often called the other four-year degree. Who can become an apprentice? Apprentices come from all different areas, ages, and backgrounds. You can apply for an apprenticeship as soon as you have your high school diploma or equivalent and are 18 years of age. You may be surprised to know that for many construction workers, starting an apprenticeship was not their first career choice.
This was a second career for me. I worked a desk job beforehand. I had gone to college right out of high school because I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I'd been at that desk job for a few years. I was bored of it. I wasn't getting paid as well as I wanted to. So honestly, I wanted something new. I wanted to work with my hands.
Like most people, after high school, my family and everybody told me that college was the route to go. So that's where I went. I went to Iowa State.
I went to Hamlin, got a degree. It was in the arts. Couldn't find anything that would really pay me enough to, to make a living.
And that's where I feel like before I was working in a job where, office job, was sitting down doing a lot of desk work, and that's sometimes it's not for everybody,
My journey to the trade was a little different. Basically, what we call it in the construction world, completely green. I didn't know anything previously, had no previous background, no previous experience, no previous knowledge of the construction or the trade. They don't push the construction world. Like, yes, it's more hands-on. I feel like they push you more to the college base, and that's not the path for everybody.
I remember I applied to a couple different colleges. I got, accepted, and I decided the summer before I would have went off to college. My dad and my mom convinced me to at least give the trades a try because I wasn't 100% certain on college yet. So I took that pre-job class up in the cities for 6 weeks before I made my decision. I ended up going through the entire pre-job, absolutely loved it, everything about it. And I decided to stick with it and not go to college.
So I grew up in Rosa, Minnesota, and being up there, being an avid outdoorsman, hunting, fishing, made me realize that I love to do stuff with my hands and work and see my final product as I finish it and as I'm building it.
Once I got into the apprenticeship, I realized how many women were pursuing this as a career, and so it settled my mind. It gave me a little peace because I realized that this is for me.
I started in the trades by having my first child, deciding I needed to do a career change from what I was doing. Now I'm a fifth year and I'm going to be turning out soon.
So I was 18 when I had my child, and I needed some more money, and my dad said to hop in the labor's union, and I did, went to the union picnic that following year and got a job.
I had a friend from high school who became an iron worker because his father was an iron worker, and he found out I was doing non-union concrete. Told me about how much better the trades were, how a person could rise up, better income, benefits, a better work atmosphere with safety in mind.
If I would have known outside of high school, right out when I graduated, that I could jump into work, make a ton of money instead of going to school and taking out student loans just to try to get a degree, I would have done that right when I graduated. Unfortunately, I didn't know that because my school didn't push that on us. They pushed the college path or the military path more than the trades path.
I was very fortunate to get into the trade right out of high school. The majority of my classmates when I went through the apprenticeship were coming into the trade as a second career and wishing that they had gotten to it right out of high school like I did.
What can you expect as an apprentice? Construction is hard work. It requires getting up early, being reliable and on time, and being willing to learn. You will be responsible for showing up every day ready to work. This gives you the opportunity to earn while you learn. gradually increasing your pay as you complete your education toward becoming a full journey worker. All of this training is provided by the building trades unions and their contractors without cost to the apprentice. Apprentices graduate without accruing any student loan debt.
For a new person, what to expect in construction is commitment. You have to be committed, absolutely, and just expect that you're going to have to work hard.
You have to be ready to work, and you have to know that the amount of effort that you put in is exactly what you're going to get out of it.
You learn from a lot of different people, and that's why I feel it has been most useful for me so far, just 1 year into my apprenticeship.
You get to see some of the things that you're going to be working on in the field before you actually see them in the field. So it gives you an understanding of how these things work before you actually see them out on a job site.
Be prepared to put in a long day of work. There's going to be a lot of effort. There's going to be, major learning curves.
Apprenticeship has been great. We've got great instructors at the training center, really knowledgeable. They give you a nice breadth of knowledge because our trade is very varied. We've got a lot of different things we can do there. All of the apprentices I know have a great journeyman that is willing to kind of show them the ropes on site.
A new construction worker can expect to learn new things every day, anything from safety to different techniques that you'll use in the field. You have to bring an open mind and be ready to learn every day.
My favorite thing about working in construction is the hours. Back in high school, I used to sleep in all the time. Never was a morning person, and started working at the trades. Kind of got used to it. I had hours that started from 7 to about 3, and I still got the whole rest of my day after I'm done with work to do whatever I want. It's a big change. Never really thought I could do it, but it's something you get used to.
Anybody new, a new construction worker should probably leave their attitude at the door. Be humbled. And it's not, I don't mean that in a bad way so much as you are starting, the first step of your new life. It's not what you've seen before. Going from maybe being in an office or a waiter to commercial construction is just like going from high school football to pro football.
My apprentice experience was phenomenal. They prepared me for the trade more than I could have hoped for. You have to be willing to learn, you have to be willing to want to work. But as long as you have a good attitude and a good drive, it's going to be everything for you.
In my personal opinion, I always felt like people look at construction as the bottom of the barrel. But come to find out, some of the most intelligent people you would meet are in the construction field.
I found that the union, the apprenticeship programs, I just can't say enough great things about them, because when they say you don't need to have any experience or know anything, you really don't. I mean, you get there and they're going to teach you everything you need to know. All you need to do is show up every day on time and apply yourself.
Minnesota's union apprenticeship programs offer a wealth of opportunities, variety, and training for new construction workers. New projects, different locations, and developing technologies open opportunities to a world of career excitement. The construction trades pride themselves on the training and development provided to today's apprentices.
Some things that surprised me when I entered the union, I thought I was just going to be a plumber, but the union showed me that there's plenty of other opportunities available to us. It opens a lot of doors to other jobs, other opportunities, such as being a city inspector, being a teacher, or even other jobs, being elected officers representing our union.
What I like most about doing this job and working in construction is got to be the science.
So this is state-of-the-art technology, computer-driven. It is the way of the future.
This is my office. I visit 3 to 4 sites in a day, most days. There's always new people to meet, new problems to fix, new challenges, and I love it.
So you never know where you're going to go until you get a call. I've done bridges, hospitals from ground up, pipeline, I've been at a beet plant, windmills, lots of varieties.
One of the major benefits of being in a union was the training that we received, the brotherhood of it. Like it's basically each one teach one, so you might meet a guy, like when I first got in, I didn't know anything, but I learned from training and I learned from older guys that's been around on the job, and a lot of times they have no problem teaching you. As long as you go in with an open mind and willingness, they take you right in. So it is a real tight-knit brotherhood that I respect.
If I don't have an answer to a question, I got a phone full of contacts to union brothers and sisters I can call to get the answers I'm looking for.
After I finished my degree, I looked into being an engineer, not only at Schindler, but in other areas, and I felt like the pay cut was something I couldn't take, and the benefits in the union were so much better than would be offered in that type of thing that I stayed with this because the hours and the benefits were better. I liked the lifestyle of the trade.
I make more than twice what I made before in my desk job with my 4-year degree. I bought a house last year. I feel really well taken care of and fairly paid. And I have my union brothers and sisters that came before me to thank for that.
I'm close to buying a house and I'm not even 20 yet, so that's something to be proud of.
All I've ever wanted is to be able to support myself without anybody's help, and I'll be able to do that one day.
The benefits with the union are so good, especially the retirement benefits. These kids that are getting in as an apprentice now, they're going to have so much money when they go to retire. I'm kind of jealous of that.
The men and women of the building trades take great pride in their work. Pride in seeing the results of your labor happen before your eyes. Pride in being a part of history.
Making something from nothing is very cool.
My favorite thing about being an insulator is the pride that I get walking away from a job well done.
My favorite thing about working in construction is the legacy. I get to drive past my work every day. You know, what better reason to be in construction than that?
I painted Mariucci Arena back when I was a third-year apprentice, actually. It was one of the first jobs I ran.
I think the coolest one that Minnesota's ever done, which it's sad, but the 35W bridge collapse. My stepfather he worked for Semstone. Every time he ever brings up a cool project, that's the one. You know, now he looks back at it and he loves it. You know, it's the coolest thing he's ever done.
Oh yeah, I'm like, yeah, I've worked at that building, worked in that building. Oh, oh yeah, my kids hate it. I do it all the time. Yeah, they're annoyed with me.
It's really cool being on some of the high profile jobs, some of the bigger jobs, and you just know that, like I said, when you drive by, you go, I did that.
It's a line of work. We're always going to need people. We're always going to be building things. It's just going to evolve. It's never going to go away as a trade.
I never knew that I would be good at this because I never had any exposure to it. Joining the union and getting into the trades, that's been one of the best decisions I felt I made in my life thus far. Like, it completely changed my look at things, and it's just a trajectory is just to the sky now.
To start your journey with the building trades, you can visit us online at buildingstrongcommunities.org, constructioncareersfoundation.org, and click on the Trades Navigator tab.